of gospel music. This morning, songwriter, recording artist, creative director, youth pastor, conference speaker, gospel maestro, Cwesi Oteng is my guest.
I think that's my favorite introduction this year.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yay! Go me, go me. It's good to have you in the studio.
It's an honor.
It's amazing to have you here. And I'm sure the year has started on a good note for you, because second day into the year, you already released a song called Your Love.
Yes.
But I'm sure you started prepping, getting ready and cooking it in maybe years back. Probably not. You see?
2020.
It wasn't even in 2023.
I recorded it in 2020.
Wow.
Yes. I think the little chances we had within COVID to step out.
Right.
Those were the times I was recording. Because I remember I did a project for Meg Foundation.
Okay.
For COVID, you know, the doctors.
I remember diabetes.
The diabetes is recently.
Oh, so you did one for
Yes, I did
COVID.
one. Oh, yes. I'm one of their songwriters. I've done like 5 projects for them. But to 2020, I did a project for doctors, to honor doctors that came out to serve, and nurses, frontliners. So the cash I
Oh, so the cash you gathered,
the money I got from
the Meg Foundation.
That's how I funded that work. So that's how I know it's 2020.
I see. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But you could have been talking about anything else. I mean, God's blessings. I told you, my favorite of yours would always be, if God, it bless me. But this time around, you're not talking about the blessing of God. You're talking about God's love.
Yes.
Tell us about that. What happened? What's the story?
I think one evening I was just in my room and I just started singing, "Great is your love for me." Oh, then immediately I sensed the presence of God heavy. You know, like God, like when, you know, a lot of people think like he's a judge, he's looking for people to hit them.
He's wicked.
You know, so whenever there's thoughts or ideas that focus on his love, it calls him into it. And it would be maybe the state I was in, because personally I've been through a lot of, you know, this whole social media hittings, you know, like for a lot of reasons, of course.
Because you're very vocal. We're going to get into it.
So my identity, because I do a lot of things for the right reasons.
Okay.
But, you know, I mean, I understand situations, you know, of course, we all cannot think alike. And so I realized that these songs were coming to me because that's where I find my comfort, because the love of man does not, it's like it has an expiry date, you know, it waver, but God's love is constant.
The arm of flesh
will fail you. So we tried, I wrote a song with one of my guys, and we just made sure that we talk about the love of God. Great is your love is just like a river that never runs dry. Great is your love is just like the sun that lightens my darkness, you know, like, you know, talk about those things.
Fantastic.
And
How many years in total have you been in mainstream gospel music?
Mainstream, frontline, public, maybe I'll give it maybe 15
years,
yeah.
But you were in the background, of course, before you released it.
Of course, church.
Right.
I've been in church leading worship, praise and worship for years, almost 25 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. If you had to describe your journey in the music industry here in Ghana over the last 15 years, how would you describe it?
I'll describe it as blessed, monumental.
Okay.
The story of gospel music cannot be written without, unless it's an intentional effort to sideline. But otherwise, any sensible person cannot miss Cwesi Oteng.
Wow.
And that's a huge success. I mean, and for my contribution to gospel music, I feel like I've been privileged to represent what I stand for. You know, because I think that when it comes to that area, I mean, honest to great people like Danny Nete that started things and mentored, you know, all of us, you know. But God used me to also have a space that's like my name is just there.
I know, right?
And I count that as a lot of people present today respect me as a pace setter and all that. And so, I mean, and our work is not done.
It's not.
You know, it's
you
not
are
done
really a
at all.
trendsetter and a trailblazer.
Yeah,
I mentioned earlier that when it comes to the new face of gospel music that we have now, your name is mentioned, MOG is mentioned, Joe Metal is mentioned at Cwesi Oteng, and now the new crop of all the gospel artists who have come. But being a church boy for 25 years, where did that revolution come from? At what point did you think that we need to move away from the regular Dana, say, and all the local ones that we used to see?
Because we tried it. We were trying to adjust to a system that our society liked. People were doing those type of old music because that was what was selling. Because I've been in studio. I've been in studio. Like when they come, they say that, oh, when you were there, yeah, Makola phone. Like they always use that because Makola was where people go take music and sell, because those were CD times, cassette times. So when they Makola phone in pill. So like when they come to my music and they hear, and that's the way they, you know, God they bless me. A lot of producers of several artists today came to studio. When they heard it, they said they won't put their money into it. Somebody came out from outside to want to help me. They took me to a station to talk to one of the producers there that, am I viable? They said, no, it won't work.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we started breaking through and we took over. And yes, a whole generation emerged.
And I'm sure it's been a great example of just because it's new doesn't mean that
yes.
You
know, like sometimes I think we are slow to accept what we don't understand. You know, when something is new, and there are several talents that I pray for. I mean, I have interviews from TV3 that I think New Day with Ama Keabebrese, right?
Yes.
That I was, several years ago, I was talking that there's a generation. At the time, nobody knew so many names that we've mentioned.
Right.
You know, I was talking about these names that there are people there. And even now, I'm still talking like there's a generation of Ghanaian musicians that their talents are global. It may not be our what we know. It may not be what we like, but it is what the global community likes. And we must be a community that encourages and pushes talents. We don't have to understand what they're trying to do. Let's just help it.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So all these years, would you say that you're proud that you started this type of revolution, which is coming to stay?
Amazing. I think anybody would be excited. Yeah. It's also part of the bullets I receive for who I am.
We'll come to the bullets. But for now, Cwesi Oteng's newest one, Your Love, is out.
We get we'll come to the bullets.
Yeah, we'll come to the bullets with the stray ones as well. As Cwesi Oteng's newest one, this one, the melody is like soft, a bit on the quiet side. The tempo is quite slow. And of course, you're talking about the love of God. But I'm asking, your armband on your jacket, does that mean that you're rooting for Nigeria tomorrow?
I'm rooting for Nigeria tomorrow.
Okay.
I have a big fan base in Nigeria.
Okay.
I've been invited to Nigeria severally. They welcome me with row, you know, like, and so I just, when we're doing the song, I said, oh, let me have a Nigerian armband, because we are Africa. And, you know, and somebody's asking, okay, why not Ghana? Ghana's armband, I've overdone Ghana. Like, in this same video at the end, like, yes, the armband is there, of course. So we're one, of course. We have to be able to bridge that whole community. There's a lot of healing that must come, but it will all happen.
Okay. Yeah. So predict the scoreline for the match tomorrow.
2-0.
2-0. Yes. Oh wow, in favor of Nigeria.
Yes, Nigeria.
Okay, so you heard it here first. Cwesi Oteng is predicting that Nigeria is winning that game tomorrow 2-0. 2-0. I see. Now Cwesi, you're super controversial. I remember you stuck your head out. You stuck your neck, put your head on the line for the MPP in 2016. You did it in 2020. Now we are in 2024. Number one question, are you going to do it again? And number two, you stated that you support ideas for all the right reasons. Yeah. Give me 3 reasons why you rooted for the MPP in 2016 and 2020.
I'll give you just 2.
2, okay.
Yes.
Right.
1, free SHS.
Okay.
2, National Cathedral.
Have you been successful?
The National Cathedral is a shame. It's a beautiful pit. That
so you do admit?
It's a shame. Anybody who thinks that whole idea it's a success, it's a fool.
Okay.
It's a shame. It's a big shame that everybody must. Any sensible person knows that it's a shame, and that vision is almost perhaps going to be incomplete, or might continue. But I always, if I will put my thumb on a finger, I don't put it because of a party.
Okay.
I put it for what the party is coming to do.
Okay.
So as I sit here, I don't belong to any party.
You're not an MPP member?
I am not MPP.
You are not a card-bearing member?
Before God, do you understand? Before God, and if I have a card there, they should bring it out. I don't have a card at MPP. Okay. You see the song I did, Diabetes?
Right.
I did a song for Educate Young Children. My experience with NGOs internationally realized that for many homes in Africa, if they had 4 children and 3 of them were girls, they educate the guy and they leave the women. And so free SHS was, per my experience over the years, it's something that I would think, because it's a humanitarian goal.
So at the time, you thought it was fantastic. Do you still think it's fantastic?
I still think it's fantastic. I'm coming.
Okay.
I think it's fantastic for it being established. It has caused the country. And I didn't think that food was going to be part of it. That you educate people, that you say feed millions of children.
Food. Okay.
It is out of the world to me. But I'm not a government person. Neither have they put me on any payroll to be talking for it. I'm not just I am detached.
You did it out of your own volition.
Yes, I have no financial relationship with them.
You've never been paid for
of course. I mean, if
for
we've
all
come,
these policies.
Because I've been, we went in, okay, and I mean, if I come for some place and you say that, oh, you take this for transportation, cool. But as we sit here, that maybe I've received 100,000 Ghana or 1 million Ghana, or I've received a contract. Do you understand?
You'll be lying.
For this, if I have, they should bring it out. So that whole idea that people think that I am paid to think, I'm not paid to think for anybody. Okay. Yes, I'm not. 2024, I'm listening to ideas.
24-hour economy, what do you say?
It's a beautiful idea. I've always been saying that. Let's get the details. I see details coming. I also want a humanitarian idea, which I'm not seeing in it.
Like what? What would you suggest if you were running?
What plans do we have for the people that stand in the queue selling? Do you understand? What even for people that sit by the roadside? There are several mad people sleeping everywhere. What's some of those humanitarian? Of course, we want to build skyscrapers, but Ghana is not going to look like Dubai in the next 8 years. Okay, so whilst we pursue success, what humanitarian idea does anybody have again? You know, so that's Cwesi Oteng, not Ghana.
Right.
All of us want to break through. So I understand that one. But for me, Cwesi Oteng, what humanitarian idea else is there for humanity? So
with all these things at the back of your head, do you think MPP will be able to break the 8?
I don't know. That one I can't tell. But they must sell a convincing idea to Ghana. As I sit here, I'm listening to everyone. I'm listening to Nana Bediako. I'm listening to President Mahama. I'm listening to... You're
listening to Alan Trematin.
Alan Trematin is not talking.
Butterfly. He's been speaking. Okay. We have an interview. We have an interview with him in the next coming days.
I wish him all the best. I think that he's a great person. He has great love for Ghana. Or anybody who is standing has great love for Ghana. I wish everyone the best. But I'm not in anybody's pockets. I'm not in anybody's. I'm not. My vote is not autopilot.
We understand.
Autopilot is the word. It's not autopilot.
We see, there's so much to download, but very little time. I've run out of time.
Not there for anybody.
I'll have a one-on-one with you.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll sit down. I'll probably come in studio because it's very early in the year. This is just February. Your song is just a month old. We have to talk about new projects that you're going to be doing for the year and your concerts as well. But congratulations on all that you have achieved.
Thank you.
We love you for what you do.
I appreciate that.
Continue doing the
good work. I don't hear
work.
that a lot, but it's good to hear it.
No, amazingly. We know, if they don't, I'm telling you, we do love you. You know, Ghanaians, we are very... we are intentional about expressing how we feel. We love you, but we don't want to say it. I saw it during this AFCON. We really love the Black Stars, but you know, sometimes we tend to be hard on them. So we love you for what you do. Continue the great work, and we will definitely continue this conversation. But my love is on every platform. Is that everywhere?
It's everywhere in the world. It's everywhere, on anywhere anybody can get music. Yes.
All the best.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All the best for 2024.
Thank you so much.
All right. So we've been speaking to Cwesi Oteng. We'll bring you a part 2, part 3 of this very conversation now that we are getting especially into the 2024 election, seeing as he's very vocal on social and political issues.